Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy, the Strongest Wizard, and tonight is indeed fight night, and we have another OP06 match here for you guys. We got myself on the right-hand side, of course, rocking out that Yamato, as well as my man Caroline Park on the left with that Sakazuki. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start us off with that one down and passing turn. This current build does not run a turn 1 play going first. Obviously, it runs a turn 1 play going second, but not turn 1. Now, my man Caroline Park... This deck's a little different. Tashigi, of course, is a brand new staple in this deck. Searching top 5 for a Navy card, grabbing that 2K counter is pretty awesome here. But we are going to swing heavy here, swinging 8K into life. Now, Caroline Park does end up taking this. He might have been able to counter out of it. He might not have. If he did, he probably would have lost all his resources. And I guess maybe he didn't want to do it. Or maybe he just didn't have it like that. So... Of course, Sakazuki does run kind of a lot of brick cards sometimes, a lot of cards with no counter. I wouldn't really call Eruption a bricked card, but you know. But we do see a 5K swing going into life. I'm going to go ahead and counter out of it with that 1K, and now we see the brand new Searching Top 3 for a Navy card, and now he has to make a choice of the Ice Age or the Borsellino. I think Ice Age is the best pick just because Borsellino is just way too slow in this matchup. And now we see that Tashigi coming down once again, searching top 5. What do we find? And it looks like we might grab another 2K because we just got it like that. And of course, in this matchup, you definitely want your 2Ks just because double attack is a thing, and it's pretty good. So it looks like we are going to probably grab a 2K counter. Unfortunately, having to bottom deck the Borsellino. And it looks like we are going to go ahead and pass the turn now. I'm saying my 5 active Dawn here, of course, because I did go first. And now we see a huge 10K swing going into life. Do we have the counter? Yes, we do. We're dropping 3 2K counters. And this is actually pretty good for me just because I now know that's 3 less 2K counters in his deck and in his hand. So this is actually pretty big knowledge for myself and for later in the game. We do see him cycle pitching that Lucci just because don't really need it right now. You kind of really need it in this matchup. But we see a 5K swing going into life. This is an easy 1K counter, and I'm kind of afraid to just take it because if it's a trigger, I don't want him to bottom deck it or pop it. This with 6 active Dawn, you can do anything with Sakazuki. So it looks like we are just going to go ahead and drop the Sabo, drawing 2 trashing 2. And of course, this Sabo is actually really good into yellow in general, but Yamato as well, just because there's no real way for me to rest it other than Hody Jones, which is of course a late game card. Now, with so many active Dawn now, I believe I'm at 7 Dawn. So we are going to go ahead and see a 8K swing going into life. I want to swing 2K above that Sabo, which is that 6K, because I want to get 2 cards out of his hand no matter what. And yes, we see another 2K coming down, dropping the Ohm, searching top 5 for the dog. Do we got the dog? No, we don't got the dog. We don't got it like that. And I'm going to go ahead and pass the turn. Now, of course, I want to give a quick shout out to myself. One, because of these amazing Dawn sleeves that I am rocking. Yes, these are these world finalist Dawn sleeves with Gear 5 Luffy on them. It says championships on them, and it looks so sick. So happy I got them at Worlds. Of course, I was in Japan about a month ago, which is pretty insane, or a couple weeks ago. I don't know. Time is crazy. Getting back to this match here, this is a pretty interesting situation because now in my head, there's absolutely no way that Ohm doesn't get bottom decked this turn or removed some way, shape, or form. Now we are going to see an easy 5K swing going into life, and I end up taking it, and now we see the Kiku coming down, and this is exactly what I was talking about, guys. I told you guys from the get-go, one of these, if I were to see a trigger, it's going to get bottom decked, whatever, it happens. But it is a Kiku this time, and now he has to go for the Kiku. I guess he doesn't have to go for it. He can just, remove the Ohm and just completely ignore the Kiku. But I think he really wants to get rid of this Kiku. It's just having the 6K body that you have to... the only way to get rid of it is with a Houndblaze or the brand new 2-cost event card. So we are actually going to go ahead and switch plans up. I know that he was going to play the Gecko Mora this turn, but instead he's going to actually hit the Audible and play something else. He doesn't want to pop the character, so he's going to do something else and play the Ice Age to make it a 0 cost. And now we see the Houndblaze to bottom deck it. And we are going to go ahead and swing 6, but he changed it to 7K just in 1 second. So feel free to give him a moment here. Yes, a 7K swing going into life. I end up taking this card, no trigger, and now we see the Borsellino now coming into play. Now, Coraline Park only has 2 cards in hand. I have, of course, my leader as well as my Ohm, and now I'm at 9 Dawn. So with only 2 cards in hand, he has both of those blockers up. We see the Hody Jones coming out. Hody's going to go ahead and rest both of those blockers. I take my own life. He has Rush, and it looks like I am going to go swing 7k into life, and it connects with no trigger activating here. I'm going to swing 6k into life. It's a 2k counter, and now I'm going to swing 10k into life. And yes, that is game. I do end up taking it. Thank you guys so much for checking out this channel, this video. I really do appreciate it. And stay tuned because I have a ton of new One Piece content coming out soon. See ya!